Hi, Lee Phillips here again. I want to talk to you about credit in your LLC. And there are gurus going around that charge you $4,000 or $5,000 to get your LLC credit. You might as well just flush your $4,000 or $5,000 down the toilet, because it isn't going to work. It doesn't help you at all. In fact, there are a number of things that you don't understand about credit in an LLC. One, you're always going to sign personally, and I have another YouTube video on that. Two, when you put property into an LLC, and the gurus run around and tell you, oh, put each one of your pieces of rental real estate into a separate LLC. It's okay for asset protection purposes. There's a big argument as to whether or not you use a separate one for each LLC, and I have a YouTube video on that as well. But when you put a piece of property into an LLC, that is no longer your property. You cannot use it as collateral when you get a loan. And what you will find is your LLC cannot get a loan either. Your LLC has no credit. Even if you, quote, build up credit, they are always going to make you sign personally. I have another YouTube on that too. I know you're surprised. But you're stuck. And in fact, you're actually losing credit in your LLC. And what the gurus do is they go in and they establish accounts with Home Depot and stuff, and you get good credit. And Home Depot says, oh, your little XYZ LLC, it has perfect credit. And you say, well, I want a credit card now too. And they say, fine, no problem. We will give you a Home Depot, Office Max, whatever it is, credit card. Sign here personally. You sign personally on that credit card. You will do that every time. You're not going to be able to get around it. The real problem is that you've moved all of these assets into different entities, all of your 5 rental units. They're not yours anymore. You can't use them when you apply for credit because they're not yours. They belong to LLCs, and an LLC by law is not you. It's a different entity. And you're going to have a tax return for each one of them. And that's going to feed into your personal application for a mortgage. And the mortgage company sits and scratches its head, and you can't get a mortgage. I used to always pay more for my mortgages because I would say that I want a stated income mortgage because I've got so many LLCs and stuff, I now can't get a mortgage. Even though I have lots of wealth, it's all divided up and all over the place and asset protected, and the mortgage companies can't figure it out. And they won't let me use it as collateral. And I'm trying to get a mortgage at the moment, and it's not working. I've been rejected twice, even though I have basically a perfect credit history. So there's a downside to the credit in an LLC, and that is there isn't any such thing. But there's a downside to doing the asset protection, to doing the tax planning, because you're not a normal person anymore. And the mortgage companies can't figure that out, to be very honest with you. This actually comes from a question that I had. If you have a question, fine, email me. info at legalease, legalees.com. And I'll try and answer your question. I get dozens of them a day, and we answer them. We answer every one of them. So anyway, that's something that I offer to people who are my students, I call you. The YouTube people are not totally students, but credit is a big deal, and you're just not going to get it. Don't forget to subscribe to the YouTube so that we can figure out what to get you, and so you can see when we put up something new, because we do a lot of these. And we do them on asset protection and taxes and estate planning and business structures and all sorts of things. So don't forget to subscribe, and do send me your question on an email, info at legalease.com. We're talking about credit in your LLC, or maybe I should say the myth of credit in your LLC.